Maybe you moved a bit already or not, but stand on up. The back of your mat, we're going to move before we kind of sit still. So coming to the back of your mat, just standing and kind of bending, softening the knees, feet about hip width or a little wider apart, relaxing the shoulders, the elbows, standing tall, keeping the feet still, but a little bounce to the knees if that feels good. Just kind of move the body, moving the torso, twisting side to side, and you can make it your own motion, moving faster or slower, kind of tapping the opposite shoulder or behind the back, loosening it up, maybe eyes closed, warming up from the inside out. Big breaths, and then start to slow that motion down. And find a settled state again, standing tall. Take a small step forward and you'll bend both the knees and both the elbows and start to glide your arms. Just like you're running in place, and you can keep it at this pace or you can move a little faster, a little swifter, like you're sprinting. Keeping the feet and the ankles stable, hips facing forward, squared off. And then slow it down if you're moving fast. Stand on up and just switch which leg is in front. Little bend to the knees, leaning the chest slightly forward like you're gonna be part of the Olympics here. And you can go slow. It can be a slow movement. One more big breath. And then again, stand up. And we'll take some simple walkouts, half of a sun salutation to warm up. So as you inhale, reach high. As you exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Just a gentle half lift first. We're going to skip that throughout the rest. Walk, crawl your hands to the top of the mat for plank, stacking shoulders, elbows, and wrists. So get really sturdy and strong in your first plank. You can always lower the knees. Index fingers point forward, spread all 10 fingertips. Reach the crown of head forward and heels back. And then lower the knees down and take a child's pose. Just one breath here. So bring the forehead to the mat. Feel the connection. Big inhale. Exhale. Come back through tabletop. Tuck the toes. Just a quick downward facing dog. Reach the heels back. We'll take time to kind of savor the down dog later, but start to walk your hands to your toes. Finding a forward fold. You can bend the knees a lot or a little. As you inhale, reach all the way up. As you exhale, fold forward again. Start to crawl forward, finding your plank. This time, lower the knees gently. Bend the elbows close to the rib cage, lower the chest. Untuck the toes and take your first cobra. You could widen the stance of your fingertips. Inhale, lift. On your exhale, slowly lower. Maybe coming through child's pose again or tabletop. Making your way to that down dog as the toes tuck, hips high, hamstrings long. One breath in dog, and then start to crawl, hands to feet again. Forward fold at the back of the mat. On the inhale, rise. On the exhale, fold. Walk to plank. Take your time. Once you find a solid, steady plank, lower the knees. Inhale, reach the right arm forward and left leg back. Bird dog, reach through fingers, reach through toes. Slowly replace right hand, left knee. Switch sides, left arm forward, right heel back. Heel in line with hips, shoulders, and wrist in line. Plant the palms. Either lower down to your chest, press back to your hips. Child's or cobra, or straight to downward facing dog. Take your time. When you reach your down dog, take a breath in and out, and then move back to your forward fold, crawling all the way back. On inhale, rise. On exhale, fold. No need to feel rushed if you're moving behind my pace. Just move at your own pace. Crawling forward, this will be the last round of this. So take any option you like. You could bring the knees down and the knees wide. For child's again, you could take bird dog from plank challenging the core and the balance, reaching right arm forward, left heel back, hovering, keeping the right hip down and squared. Switching sides, you could do bird dog from tabletop again. You could find some cat cows or your hold your cobra pose. Eventually, you'll make your way to downward facing dog. And walk your hands all the way back, forward fold. This time, take another halfway lift. Lengthen the spine and crown of head forward. Exhale to fold. Keep your feet wide if you have any lower back issues, or bring your toes to touch. We're getting ready for chair. Sink down, arms up, hips low. Stand all the way up, mountain, feel that release. Couple more times, get low into your chair. Stand up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. This time, sit and stay in chair. Lift your heels, putting the weight into your toes. Take your knees out wide as you can. Start to lower your hips down and lower your hands down, crawling them forward on the mat. Relax your head, relax your neck. Variation of child's pose. 3 breaths here. Release the jaw on the forehead. And then slowly lower the shins and knees to the mat and find a comfortable seat as we set the intention of this practice. So it could be sitting on your shins, you could find Sukhasana or butterfly. Sit up tall and close the eyes. Observe the breath. Our intention today is around becoming. So LT Phoenix says, the best of you wasn't then and it isn't now. It's in what has yet to become. And trust me, you'll become. Michelle Obama in her book reminds us that we're always becoming. We're not static. Every moment we breathe, we become something new, and we do this till we free us. So our practice is not static. You can always take a break in that child's pose. But let's get some dynamic movement going. If you're using my music, my playlist, or your own, go ahead and start some music. From your seat, maybe switch to cross the legs if you're crossed. Inhale, reach the arms high. Twist the torso to the right. Right hand behind the spine. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you twist. No need to yank the neck. It's just an extension of the spine. One more breath here. And then keep the left hand where it is. Cross the right arm over the left. Round the spine like cat pose. And then find an eagle wrap or hug the shoulders. So either grabbing opposite shoulder or wrapping the arms. Take a couple circles of the torso in whichever position you're in. Switch direction. And then inhale, lift the heart, lift the elbows if they're crossed. Round towards your belly button. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Unravel and extend the arms away from you. Pressing the palms. Relax the shoulders, fingertips to the sky. Fold the thumb into the palm and wrap index, middle, ring, and pinky finger to make a fist, and float that fist towards the earth to stretch the tops of the wrist. Shake that out. And let's go for the twist on the other side. So inhale, arms high. Exhale, start to twist. With your inhale, you find the length between the vertebrae, and with your exhale, you twist a little deeper. One more. And exhale, left arm crosses over the right. Hug yourself or double wrap like an eagle. Arms, take a couple of circles in the chest. Reverse. And then lower and lift. A little bit of cat-cowing the spine. Open up wide this time. Thumbs face the ceiling. And fold your fingers in one at a time, nice and slow, to make that fist, and float the fingers, the fist away from you, like you're pouring something out. All right, shake that out and let's get a little bit of core in. So feet in front of you, hands behind you. They can face wide or they can face your hips. We're going to start with in and outs. So you could also release your hands to make it a little more challenging. You'll draw your knees to your chest and then you'll extend long. With the hands down, you get a little more tricep work. Breathe as you move at whatever pace you like. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, and pause the next time your knees are bent. You can keep the feet hovering or lower them down. Take your arms wide to the right and then to the left. Maybe imagine you're rowing a boat, twisting just the torso, hips stay stable, knees stay stable. Side to side, getting the obliques. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Roll onto the back. Just rock and roll. No destination yet. Just let it massage the spine. And then slow down and stay on your back, planting the feet for bridge pose. So feet about hip width distance apart. Toes facing forward, palms down. Inhale, lift the hips, bridge. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Slowly, upper, middle, and lower back come towards the earth, descending down. And then inhale, lift your toes to the sky. Press your palms and lift your sacrum, your lower back off the earth. It's a little bit of core work still. We'll repeat that. Heels down, toes down, bridge. Tailbone to the earth, feet to the sky. You could stay right here and hold it, lift, and then keep going. You could hold your bridge, you could hold your toes to the sky, or you can take 3 more rounds of this dynamic movement. Next time your feet are down, stay there. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Maybe take your arms wide and windshield wiper the knees to the left and the right. Loosening up the hips. And find yourself in a happy baby. Maybe first hug the knees, soles the feet to the ceiling, pull the hands and the feet down and press the feet back up. Roll on the sacrum. And then make your way. However you want to get there, you could just roll through the fetal position and press up. Downward facing dog. And this time we'll stay and hold and move it around for a little longer than we did in the warm up. You could hop through your first vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths of movement in dog. Maybe pedaling the feet or shaking the head, bending the knees. Square the shoulders off. Start to slow down. You're moving down dog into more still downward facing dog. And inhale, reach the right leg high. Bend the knees, scorpion the dog, heel towards glute, open up, left heel reaching back, shake the right leg out, ankle around. And then find your 3-legged dog again. We extend the right leg, draw the right knee towards the right elbow and quietly step into a lizard. Walk right foot outside right hand, left knee down and supported by the mat. Inhale here. And exhale, find a half split. So shifting the weight back, toe to the sky, angled half splits. You can frame your shin, your leg. You could be on blocks or spider fingers. Relax the head and the neck, lengthen the spine. Toes to the sky and flex that foot and then press the ball of the foot away from you to engage that whole leg. Now we're going to change the stretch by just angling our whole leg to the right. So from the femur bone down to the ankle, point the pinky toe to the right. Big inhale here. And release. And then turn through center to the left. So big toe pointing to the middle of the mat. Big inhale. And release. Start to rebend the right knee. Reach the right leg back and left arm forward. Bird dog like our warm up. Find the balance. Reach your fingers and toes. And then crunch. Elbow towards knee under the body. Take your left elbow and your right knee wide. Back to center. One more time. Extend and lengthen. Crunch and take it wide. 2 hands down, 2 knees down. Your vinyasa or straight to down dog, or you could take a child's pose. Knees, chest, chin, cobra, or exhale as you lower through upward facing dog. Down dog. Take a big breath in down dog and let it go. Let's move on the left side. Left heel lifts when you're ready. Heel towards glute, fire hydrant, scorpion dog. Re-extend the left heel. Left knee draws towards left elbow and quietly left foot steps outside the left hand. You can inch it further forward if you need more space. Right knee to the mat. Find the half splits that's a little angled. Maybe frame the left shin. Find a little more length in the chest and the heart as you lift. And then exhale to fold. So turn the whole left leg to the left. Feeling a slightly different hamstring stretch. And then turn towards the center. Left leg pointing to the right. Rebend the left knee. Hands to the top of the mat. Left heel reaches back and right arm reaches forward. Bird dog. Elbow to knee. Take the forearm and the shin wide. Close it back up. Extend, open. Elbow to knee. And take that wide. Find your tabletop and go through your vinyasa or press to downward facing dog. From down dog, if you feel warm enough, we're going to hop to a squat, frog pose, or you can walk right foot outside right hand, left foot outside left hand. On your exhale, bend the knees, quietly hop or walk to Malasana squat at the top of the mat. Press the palms together and use the elbows into the thighs to lift the chest. Stay right here or open arm twist. So left hand down, reach right arm to the sky. Maybe bend both the elbows and see if you can grab your waistband or your opposite or your other hand. Big bind. And then switch sides. If you're taking that right hand down, left hand high, stay here. Or bending the elbows, wrapping your forearm along the shin. Everybody back to our squat. Start to press into the heels and straighten the legs. Taking a wide-legged fold. So heels and toes in line, parallel them to the top of the mat. Relax the head. You could take a little wider stance, maybe toes off the mat. And opposite hands to elbows. Start to ragdoll, swaying side to side gently. Maybe let the knees bend. Soften the face and the tongue and the jaw. And then we're going to take some big circles. And I'll show you first, if you would like, we'll circle as you gather momentum 2 or 3 times on each side, and we'll take it in the opposite direction. So keeping the frame of the hands around the head, when you're ready, you can go one direction, then the other. Bending the knees deeply, letting the head relax. Ending back up in your forward fold. Start to bring the feet back to hips width distance apart. Inhale for your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms and take a flow of vinyasa or press to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, right leg high, step to high lunge, right foot between the hands. Rise up slowly, find your steadiness. Maybe heel toe the right foot wider, straighten the left leg, right knee over the ankle, shoulders down the back. Inhale here, exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, twisting open. Right hand down the sacrum, left arm to the sky, exalted. Big inhale through left fingertips, and then plant the left hand inside the right foot, twisted lunge, right hand to the sky, roll that right shoulder back, stay right here, or we're gonna add a little heel towards hand. So reach the right arm forward, my left hand stays planted, my right foot stays planted. My left knee is gonna bend and I'll kick to reach opposite hand to foot. Going at your own pace, couple more times, slow or fast. Last two. Step that back foot back, land it there, lower your left knee, low lunge, arms high. Bend deeply into the lunge. And choose to stay here, more statically, or we make it dynamic. Half splits, toes to the sky, reach the arms back like an airplane. Inhale, rise up. Keep going twice more or hold one of those. Next time you're in high lunge, stay. Plant the palms, tuck your left toes like runner's lunge, and step to a forward fold. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat. Flat back, half lift. Release. Rise to mountain. Press the palms and pull them to your heart. Close the eyes, 2 breaths. On your inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hinge to fold. Half lift to reset the spine. Plant the palms, step to plank. Straight to your down dog or take your flow. Inhale, left heel high, high lunge. You know where you're headed, set up your foundation, left knee over ankle, right heel reaching back, shoulders and hips in line. Relax the fingertips and the face. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, open arm twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Left hand down, right hand high, exalted. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky, twisted lunge. Relax the head and the neck. Stay here, or we add that little variation on the lunge. So left arm reaches forward, then draw your right heel towards your left hand and keep going, bending both knees. Reach and tap for 2 more. Next time your right foot's at the back of the mat, let it lower down, make sure it's supported, and find your low lunge, drawing your rib cage in, lifting the chest. Hold this or find your half splits variation. Moving with the breath. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as your hips sink back. 1 more. Hands frame the left foot. Runner's lunge, tuck the back toes. And step to a forward fold. 3 breaths here. Option to take your vinyasa or meet straight and downward facing dog. No rush to get there. Child's pose is always available. When you reach down dog, take a full cycle of breath. And let it go. Inhale, right heel high, warrior 2. So we're gonna hold some of these poses pretty statically. It never has to be completely still. So make any adjustments you need. First warrior two, arms out wide. Check that your back hip's in line with the front. Get a little deeper in your lunge. Maybe widen your stance. Relax the fingers. 3 slow cycles of breath. Inhale, reach through your fingertips, broaden the collarbone. Exhale, reverse warrior. Keep the lunge. Left hand on left leg or wrap it around the front. Side body stretch through the right side body. Keep the integrity of that lunge, the right knee tracking over the ankle. One more full round of breath. And then make your way to side angle. Forearm to thigh, left arm over the left ear. Press the forearm into thigh to keep the space in the right side body. Now we're going to move through those postures. Find warrior two without the support of the hands. So sweep your left arm across your belly and your right arm back, and then switch. Side angle without the arm support. You can hold one posture and stay, or keep flowing a couple more times with the breath. Make your way to warrior two, reverse triangle, right leg straightens. Feel that release, stretch up and back. And then cartwheel the arms back to warrior two. Walk the back foot in a little, triangle, hips to the back of the mat, reach forward, then down. Right hand to a block or the shin or the floor, roll the left shoulder back. Roll the chest back, lean back. Right toes pointing directly forward. 2 more breaths. Start to cartwheel the hands to frame the right foot. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. And you know what to do from here. Child's pose, dog, or your vinyasa. Down dog when you're ready. Full cycle of breath. From downward facing dog, the left leg lifts. Step it forward, warrior two. Take your time to set up your strong, confident warrior two posture. You can always gaze over your left fingertips or directly in front of you. One more inhale. And the left leg stays the same. The lower half of your body stays the same. Reverse, just the arms move. Side angle. Left forearm to thigh, reach right arm over the ear. Press the forearm into the thigh. You could also reach for the floor or use a block, but I like that resistance to create that space in the left side body. Keep pressing to the outer edge of right foot. One more cycle of breath. And then make your way, come to warrior two, and you can choose to hold any of those poses again or flow it without the arm support. More obliques engaged. Moving through honey, nice and slow and gracefully. Maybe one more time to the back and the front. And then start to make your way to warrior two, arms. Straighten the left leg and reverse triangle. Right hand down right leg. Arms like warrior two. And find triangle. Bump the hips back and reach forward and then down. Last pose of this little flow. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Step to plank, and everybody lower the knees down and take child's pose or embryo. So knees wide, toes kiss for child's, belly release, or bring the shins and the knees together and rest your belly on your thighs for embryo with the shins or the forearms along the shins. Close the eyes, let the forehead release. 8 breaths of stillness, of rest. Nothing to do here unless you need a sip of water. Find some stillness. Maybe consider your intention for the practice or the intention I offered, and take another big round of breath. Exhale. Make a choice to stay here, restoring a little longer, or start to pull yourself through tabletop, tucking the toes into downward facing dog again. From down dog, right leg high, step it forward to runner's lunge. Tenting your fingers, lifting the chest, get really light through the front, through the arms, and get really strong through the right leg. We're going to transition to warrior 3. So maybe walk your back foot in and then launch off. Choosing something to focus on that's not moving to help your balance. Toes, left toes towards the earth. Shining your heart forward, almost like cobra in the back. And then sweeping that left leg through for one-legged mountain. If you need to touch down, go for it. Left knee lifts. Open arm twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Come back to center with the arms. Press the hands to heart center and move back to warrior 3. Keep pressing the palms together. And then step the left foot behind the right, curtsy lunge off the mat. 2 knees bend deeply. You got it. Back to one-legged mountain, left knee lifts. Step back, curtsy lunge. We'll stay here, get low, just pulse a couple times. And we're gonna wrap our left leg over our right like eagle. So press into your right foot, left leg floats over, sit low, chair pose, wrapping the legs or maybe using a little kickstand with your toe. And then find full eagle, left arm under the right, hug or eagle arms. Squeeze everything together. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the chest. Exhale, elbows towards knees. One more, try to keep the balance. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows towards knees. Listen carefully, start to straighten the legs and plant both feet. The left foot is stepped in front of the right. So it's a variation of a forward fold. Lining up the toes and the heels, crossing the left leg over the right. Walk your hands forward and to the right, let your head be heavy. One more breath. And then walk the hands back to center. Step the left foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Hands down, right heel high, 3-legged down dog. Right knee towards left elbow. Cross the body. Shoot the right leg through, right outer edge plants. Left heel plants, fallen star. Left hand lifts, hips lift. Bend both your knees. And then straighten the legs. Again, bend the knees. Straighten the legs. This time just a little bend to let your hips come all the way to the earth. So you're at an angled, wide-legged fold to the back of the mat. Straighten the legs, lift the toes to the sky. Right forearm into inner right thigh, left arm over the ears for a side body stretch. Relax the head. You can use the left fingertips to hold the right temple. One more big inhale and exhale. Start to sit yourself back up, twisting your hands to the front of the mats, unraveling your way out of that, back to a three-legged down dog. Right leg high, just shake it out a little. And set 2 feet down, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. If you're craving vinyasa, go ahead and you can take your flow. Or just stay in down dog. So we'll move to the second side in a moment. Left heel high, runner's lunge. Step the left foot between the hands. Get light in the fingers. Maybe walk that back foot in. Warrior 3, left leg is the base. If you've fallen out, come back in. We're going to transition to one-legged mountain. So reach the arms up by the ears. Reach the right knee up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Big twist open. Back to center with the shoulders. Press the hands at heart center and start to slide back to warrior 3. Press the palms together, elbows wide. Curtsy lunge is next. So right foot steps off the mat to the left. Bend both knees deeply. Come back up, one-legged mountain. It's a big ask. All right, come back down. Stay low and just pulse the legs. Know that your left foot is the base. We're going to slide the right thigh over the left for eagle when you're ready. So right leg over the left. Your toes could touch the earth on the right foot to support you, or you could double wrap. Lift the chest and then right arm under left. Hug the shoulders or squeeze the elbows. Lift and lower the torso. One more, lift. Exhale, lower, straighten both legs, step 2 feet to the earth. Relax the arms, unravel the arms. So this time the right foot is in front of the left, lining up the toes and the sides, outside edges of the feet. Walk your hands more to the left or more forward. See if you can track your hips over your ankles, leaning a little more weight forward out of the heels. One more round of breath. Exhale. Hands to the top of the mat. Left foot to the back of the mat like a runner's lunge, maybe heel to the right foot. Reach the right leg high, shake it out. Lower it down, reach the left leg high, shake it out. And then we find that twist. Left knee towards right elbow. Extend the left leg to the right. Fallen triangle. Right heel down, right hand high. Lift. Keep the left hand steady. Bend the knees. It's a lot in that left wrist. Straighten the legs. Again, bend the knees. Straighten. This time, little bend just to have a seat. Start to stretch your heels to the earth. Legs long. Second side of Janu Shirshasana. So right forearm to right thigh, or no, this time left forearm to left thigh, reach right arm over the ear. One more round of breath. Start to rise back up. Twist your torso to the top of the mat to plant the palms down. Tuck your right toes, shoot your left leg back, maybe shake it out on the way. And then land 2 feet on the mat, downward facing dog. You can rest in child's pose or downward facing dog or take a vinyasa. Couple cycles of breath, and then we have our last standing sequence. From down dog, right heel high. Warrior one, so right foot steps to the right hand, left heel comes down, squaring shoulders and hips. Keep drawing the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. One more inhale. And then coming a little bit through star pose with two straight legs, turning the left heels in and all the toes out. Bend the knees, goddess squat. Bring the hands to the inner thighs and start to let one shoulder dip, looking over the other, and switch sides. Going at your own pace. Make sure you've gotten both sides. If you're holding one rather than switching. And then start to come back up with the legs straightening and turn your toes to the back of the mat. Warrior one at the back of the mat. So left toes pointing directly forward, right toes at an angle. You can draw your left hip under. Holding here, relax the face, the fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale, start to straighten two legs, heels in and toes out. Horse and goddess pose again. Bend and get low. Just hold it for one more inhale. Straighten the legs. And turn your right toes to the front of the mat. Step your left toes to meet them in chair pose. Press the palms together. Chair twist. So left elbow towards right thigh. Come back to center. Keep stable in the hips and the knees. Right elbow towards left thigh. Come back to center. This time, again, twist to the right. Keep the connection of your left elbow onto your right thigh. Press into your left leg and rise up. Keeping that connection, that twist. Yeah, nice. All right, let it go and find tree pose. So your left foot is your base, your roots. Your right foot will come to the left thigh or shin or ankle. Any arm variation of your branches growing or hands to heart center. If you'd like to challenge a balance further, you can close the eyes. 6 breaths in tree. Keep the connection of that sole of the foot into the leg and press the leg back into the foot. Stand taller. One more inhale. Release your tree pose. Bring the hands down, stepping the right foot back like runner's lunge. Left heel high for three-legged dog. And walk your hands to your right foot, standing splits. You could grab your ankle, you can lift the left heel higher. You could tap your toes lower and lifting the left leg, or take Shiva squats, like our curtsy lunge with both knees bending, left behind right. You could plant the palms and play with handstand hops or little kicks up in the air. We're all going to be in a forward fold, so if you want to go there early, 2 feet to the mat. Left leg touches down, forward fold of choice, maybe hands behind the nape of the neck or interlace behind the back. Could bend the knees deeply and let your torso rest on the thighs, or find ragdoll. 4 more breaths. From your forward fold, take a half lift and release. And then walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look to your hands, walk or hop forward to the top of your mats. And find your chair pose. So toes together, sink down low. Press the palms at heart center. Twist to your left, then twist to your right. Try to tap your elbow towards your thigh. Twist to your left, twist to your right. All right, last time, twisting to the left. Keep the connection. Right foot is the base. Left heel lifts. Start to rise your left leg, your bent leg up while you connect. And then release at the top for tree pose. Left foot to right thigh. Can be the same or a different arm variation. Stand proud. A lot of work for the right ankle. 3 more rounds of breath. As you release your tree pose, step the left foot to the back of the mat and bring your hands down, runner's lunge. Plant the palms, three-legged dog with the right heel high. Standing splits at the back of the mat, so crawl your hands to your toes. Maybe one hand behind the ankle or 2 hands. Maybe lift the right heel higher or take another variation like you took on the right side, lifting and lowering the leg for some glute work or some Shiva squats. Or little handstand hops, especially if you have a wall nearby that you want to play with. Everybody find a forward fold. It could be wider than usual. You could take a gorilla pose, sliding the palms under the feet, stepping on the hands as your toes tickle your wrists. Slow the heart rate down with some slower, smoother inhales and longer exhales. Then whatever arm variation you're taking, start to release for your halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Plant the palms and walk into downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the right heel high, half pigeon. Right knee towards the right wrist. Lift the chest, lengthen the left leg behind you, and then start to fold forward. You could also take pigeon on the back if this is too intense or doesn't work for your knees. You could place a pillow or a block under the chest or the forehead, folding forward into sleeping half pigeon. All right, choice to stay right here for a bit longer. Choice to press into your palms and find a twisted pigeon. So your right hip will kind of just roll to the right and your left knee might bend a little bit to the left. Reach your right arm up by your ear, twist your torso towards the left side of your mat, bend your right elbow and cross it as far over as you can. It could just be the center of the mat or all the way to the left side of the mat or towards the right foot. Stack your hands, relax your forehead, might even touch the earth, or you can put a pillow under your head. Twisted half pigeon. When you're done, start to come back to center, planting the palms, tucking the left toes. Shooting the right heel back, three-legged dog, shake it out. You could take a three-legged vinyasa or just hold downward facing dog. Optional last flow of the practice. And when you're ready, move into the left side. So left leg lifts, half pigeon, sliding the shin forward, doesn't have to be parallel with the top of the mat. Reach the right toes back. And then lift the chest to make space as you fold forward. Notice what comes to your mind in these more static and slow poses. And just turn back to the breath. I'm inhaling and I'm exhaling. Stay here or press into the palms and move into that twisted. So left hip will just roll down to the left. Right knee might bend a little bit. Left arm up. Bending the elbow, start to cross towards the right side of the mat or the center of the mat to get a twist in the torso. Stacking the hands. The head can release and just float there, or maybe touch down to any props you have available. Wherever you are, start to unravel and plant the palms down. Just bring your right leg forward and staying on your bottom as we make our way to our back. We're going to take bridge pose again. So feet out in front of you, knees bent, hips down, soles of feet stay on the earth. If you're not already there, roll gently to your back. If you have any props or blocks, you could have them nearby, or blankets, because we're going to be on our back the rest of the practice. Let's take a bridge pose, or if you really are feeling active still, a wheel pose, but we haven't done a ton of back bending. So bridge, just like we started hips up, you could put a block under the sacrum to make it more restorative, or you could use your hands if you want something a little more restful and supported. Keep pressing into the feet. Keep reaching the knees forward, the toes forward, lifting the thighs. Maybe roll the shoulders underneath you and clasp the hands. One more inhale. And then slowly, as you can, roll down. Make a choice, butterfly, feet together, knees wide, or feet wide, knees together, knocking towards the center of your mat. Maybe bring the hand to the belly, hand to the heart, close the eyes, find the connection. Returning inward, we're slowing down. How can you be with yourself for the rest of practice as you're becoming a new version of yourself? Wherever your legs are, slowly support them and draw them into your chest to give yourself a big hug. Rock a little side to side and choose here to take a little spinal twist, knees to the left, then knees to the right, or a happy baby, or both, or some combination of that. We have just another minute of movement before we all rest in Shavasana. You could eagle wrap the legs for your twist or just stack them. Taking a breath or two on each side. When you're ready, switching sides. And then start to use the next couple of breaths to find your way into your stillness, your restorative, restful Shavasana, total relaxation. Getting as comfortable as you can be, taking up as much space as you need. And just be where you are for the next 5 minutes or so, and I'll guide you out. use your next few rounds of breath to make a choice to stay right where you are, or to wiggle the fingers and the toes and find deeper breaths and small movement in the body. Maybe finding a full body stretch through the fingers and the toes, growing long. Maybe hugging one knee, compressing it on the other knee, and then rolling and just pausing in the fetal position. Come to a seat whenever you're ready. When you learn something wonderful about yourself and wonder what else you've been hiding, you learn that 1, you are never done, and 2, you are not done. Yrsa Daley-Ward. Take a big breath together. And exhale out. Beautiful practice. Thanks for joining me. Remember to hydrate and refuel. Hope you feel good this day, this weekend. And I'll see you for the next class soon.